in the room. I just wanted to show you the beautiful view that we have from our new house in Paddington. The beautiful pool that we got down there. It's somewhere between a jacuzzi and a 50-meter lap pool. The beautiful company we've got Sofia, we've got Zoe over here. I call her Zoe 2 dots as a meme because she's actually got 2 dots tattooed on her finger. She's the OG, Zoe 2 dots. This is Brisbane City. And this is where we live now. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure to watch the whole thing. I'm going to keep you up to date with all the information that's been happening in the Pokemon world, and also try and get myself a shiny Meltan. So thanks so much. Peace out. And if you like anything about me, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends. Tell your fam. Peace. Getting excited because I am about to drop a Meltan box. So I haven't done this yet. I haven't dropped a Meltan box yet. I've been waiting a long time. And by a long time, I mean 48 hours to drop this Meltan box. I've obviously already got a lucky Mel medal that I put up a long time ago. I literally bought the Switch just for Let's Go. And ever since then I carry it around with me everywhere I go, just to give people boxes, just to grant people, just to bequeath upon them the gift of the Meltan. So basically tonight what I'm going to be doing is this box. Now shiny Meltan is pretty cool. Now you have to understand, first of all, we're behind in the news. So we just moved from Narangba to Paddington. For all of those of you that live around the Brisbane region, you know that's a technical step up. For me, it's a bit of a neg. It's not that I love living in Narangba. The Narangba Pokemon group was absolutely outstanding. It's actually the Pokemon group. The Narangba Pokemon group is one of the most caring, lovely group of people that I've ever met. So we've got our first Melmetal here. So we're going to be looking for maybe later. So I'm using the iPad at the moment, simply because this bad boy, I had my S8 Note, which I used for a long time, and I destroyed it multiple times, and eventually it just stopped working. So I had to downgrade back to an S7. I wanted to get an S9. I'm not an Android. I mean, I'm not like an iPhone guy. Many, apologies for all of you out there that use iPhones. I know a lot of you do. But yes, I am filming this at, what's the time? It's 1 o'clock in the morning here in Australia. And I'm just going to be appraising these and getting rid of them as we go. But as I was saying, moving to Paddington's a great step up for us, logistically, but realistically speaking, leaving that group, that community, is actually the most heartbreaking part. So myself, Sofia and Flash moved into this new house in Paddington, which is beautiful. And we've got another Meltan already. So what we're looking for is a bronze coloured Meltan. Obviously we're going to be pinapping them. I'm looking for a bronze coloured Meltan with a blue tail. I don't really care. I'm just going to be straight up. I don't really care too much about this shiny. I just want it. In the last few days, I caught a shiny Spoink, which that was a flop. I caught a shiny Spoink, that was a flop. I caught a shiny Spoink, which I traded to Pigs because he really wanted it. His nickname's Pigs. His gamer tag's piguterus. His other gamer tag's Piggy Smalls. He really wanted it. I just kind of got it off my little ball from Let's Go that I carry around. I don't use a watch or anything like that. I use the little ball because I think it's gangster. And I caught my Spoink on there, so I traded that to him. While we're waiting, I might quickly actually do my field research and just see what we get. I've got no preferences right now, to be honest. I'm trying to finish my Articuno. I don't really mind that. At the end of the day, I'm happy with anything. Like, honestly, I'm just so cruisy. Oh my goodness, look at that. I'm not used to using the iPad, as you can see. My throws aren't great. Oh my gosh. I do apologise. It is difficult on the iPad mini. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not in the same ballpark as using a normal phone. So it is Saturday night. I've had a couple of beers. Come here. I'm going to golden razz it. People give me grief for golden razzing these. But I have a Meltan box open right now, and I really want to get all those Meltans. I want the shiny Meltan. So far this week, I've got a shiny Spoink, which will pop up. I couldn't record it at the time because I couldn't get it working on the iPad, so Sofia helped me with that out. We'll praise that. Wonder Attack exceeds. That's nothing to call mum about. We've got another Meltan. Let's go. Bronze, blue tail, normal one. So at the end of the day, there's so much that's been happening in Pokemon Go in the past week or two. So much. And we haven't been able to actually cover that because we've been moving house. And for all of you out there that are adults, you will know that moving house is an absolute... I wouldn't wish moving house on my worst enemies. And that's saying a lot. So I had a shiny Spoink. I traded that to Pigs because he really wanted it. I got a shiny Poochyena, which is really cool. I've still got that. I'll show you that actually. Yeah, so I got the shiny Poochyena yesterday actually. Yesterday, the 8th. Well, it's the 10th now, but it was the 9th yesterday. So I got that yesterday, and the day before that I got the shiny Spoink, which I traded to Michael. I've got a clip of that. I took a shiny Zapdos for it, simply because I've already got shiny Zapdoses coming out the wazoo, but it's more so the fact that I'm going for the lucky Kanto decks. I'm getting very close to my lucky Kanto decks. I think I'm probably about 12 Pokemon away. I've got my shiny lucky 96% Moltres, which I'm blessed to have. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick little browse. Actually, wait, there's another Meltan here. There's another Meltan. They're very easy to miss. They're so small. So small. So we're gonna again pin up all these. We really want to get enough for another one. Because with this event, you can open up a box every 3 days. So I've got a lot of mates that come around and just literally use me for my Nintendo Switch, which is totally cool. I'm kosher with that. That's the whole point I got it. But I've got a 98% Meltan, which I do want to evolve. I evolved the lucky one. I think it's only in the 80s, but I just like luckies, I guess. It just takes, yes, I want to transfer this mythical Pokemon. So I evolved that one. So in the meantime, I've been working on a lot of other things. I'm obviously running the marketing company. It's been a big thing for us. That's what Sofia and myself primarily do. The Pogo Show is a bit more of a hobby. It's a great hobby. It's a fun hobby. It's an amazing hobby, but it is just a hobby. And the other thing that I do is I run an organisation called Tune Entertainment. So, little plug for myself. I operate hip hop shows in Brisbane. So I just booked, I don't know if anyone out there listens to hip hop. I don't know if you're Australian, or I think only 49% of our viewers are from Australia. But we just got Ivanhoos up here. So on the 13th of April, we're going to have Ivanhoos. We're going to have Gallus, we're going to have Iconic, we're going to have Juno, we're going to have Jamie Rose playing at the Bright Side. I might even put a link up for tickets to that. I don't need to, because this is a completely different part of the business. But I might put it up anyway. I might put a link up just in case you want to come see a cool hip hop show. But back to Pokemon. Yeah, so I've been spending a lot of time organising the next Crooklyn event, a lot of time moving house, a lot of time running the business, so we haven't had the time for the Pogo Show that we wanted. Our goal's 3 episodes a week, but realistically, it's just not always possible. Actually, let's have a look what we got here. So, there's a few things that's been happening in Pokemon recently. A few little cheeky little things that everyone's putting videos up about, and usually we would do the same thing, but again, not to repeat myself too much, but we've been busy. So they buffed the Palkias. They buffed not only the tier 3s, but the tier 4s and the tier 5s. There's a lot of people out there complaining about it, and I understand that if you're from a small community. I really do. They buffed the raid bosses. Now, for me personally, I think it's a good thing, because it was getting to a point where we were duoing and trioing all these 5-tier bosses, which kind of takes the community aspect out. I understand them buffing him in small towns like Roma, Chinchilla, Isis, all these small towns in Queensland and northern New South Wales, Diamond Beach, Taree, Karua, a lot of these places where they just haven't got the teams. It makes it a bit more difficult, but all in all, I actually think it's actually a positive thing. Reason being is, honestly, if you can two-man, and which we have two-man like all the 5 stars recently, except Kyogre because he is a monster. If you can 2 or 3-man these tier 5 monsters, then what's the point? You know what I mean? We were at a point where you could, with the weather boost, you could solo Tyrannotars. You know what I mean? And to me, that takes a lot of the fun out of the game, because it's supposed to be a community game. And it was getting to a point where people that had full maxed out 100% IV level 40 Pokemon could go and just crush these Pokemon with a lineup of Machamps, which is cool, because I was one of those people. I really did enjoy doing that. But in saying that, I understand why Niantic actually buffed it. So a lot of these Pokemon are a lot tougher to catch at the moment. Some people are, you know, a little bit upset about it, and understandably so in the smaller communities. But in the grand scheme of things, it actually makes a lot of sense. This is taking a while to transfer. I'm having to hotspot off my phone, so I hope I'm having no dramas here. The second thing that I want to talk about, obviously, was the Lunar event. So, Lunar event, pretty cool. Obviously, it's the year of the pig. Stoked to have got a shiny Poochyena. Stoked to have got a shiny Spoink. There's basically a Pokemon out for every month of the year. What's happening with my data? It still seems to be working fine. I think my iPad's just having a rough time, which isn't good, because I've got to wait 3 days to get another one. No! Give it to me, guys. To Michael, because it really did mean a lot to him. To me, it was just another cool little shiny. And it's a cool shiny, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it really meant a lot to him, so I traded that away. I kept the Poochyena. Why did I golden raz that? Sorry, it's getting a bit late. I've had a few too many drinks. I'm trying to get some candy here. But the Poochyena is cool. I haven't evolved it into a Mightyena yet. I may do. I like keeping a lot of my shinies base as they are. Now, so we've got the Lunar event, which is rad. Now, boosted events of 12 different types of Pokemon, which is really, really cool. Now, the other thing they brought out is the friendship thing. Let's just claim this reward. What do we got? What's coming in? Tentacruel, welcome. 1023, mate, you are not welcome here. But let's just try and get this straight away. Oh, no, we'll go back. Oh, no, we'll go back this way. But the newest one's a friendship event. So it actually started yesterday. The friendship event, I think, is rather cool. What the basic friendship event says is until 1 PM on February 11th, double trade candy. Okay. So whenever you make a trade, you're going to get double trade candy, which is cool. If you caught 2 Pokemon next to each other, which me and my mates do often, we might go out and we might find a really high CP, low IV Pokemon, and you get 1 candy, you're going to get 2. And then you obviously transfer it, you get a 3rd, which is a really cool way of grinding out candies. If you're trading from far away, obviously that 3 is going to turn into a 6, which is really, really cool as well. Like, again, I find that very exciting. Oh, come here, Meltan, you cheeky boy. He's cheeky. he's so close to the screen. Do you know what I mean? So basically, double trade candy, half Stardust cost for trades. So what that means is basically, if something would usually cost you 80k, it's going to cost you 40k. If you just meet someone and I may as well catch this gold pigs. If you just meet someone and you want to trade them and it's going to cost 1 million Stardust, then essentially it's going to cost 500,000, which is still a lot. So I'm not saying go out there and just meet randoms and trade. What I am saying is it's pretty cool. I think the coolest thing is you get double XP, I believe. Let me just double check that. You get double XP. Yeah, so 2 times friendship bonuses are in effect. I'll put my trainer code in here. I had to cut it back to 150 friends because it was getting a bit out of hand. But that means, I'll get. Why am I calling Razzing again? I'm autopilot right now. I'm so sorry. That's so. I need to be pin-upping. It means I'm going to get double XP from that. It means we're going to get double actual friendship bonus. So instead of going up, let's say for example it takes 7 days to become, good to great friends. It might only take 4, which is, I think, pretty cool. Something that frustrates me a lot is that people that spin spinners and they've got 10 gifts in their inbox and they're just spinning. When realistically, just send the gifts, just take 2 minutes, send the gifts, and then keep spinning. Do you know what I mean? Because people really appreciate it. 7k eggs are very valuable at the moment. We proved that in the last video with the Bonsleys. You guys have seen a lot of our videos with 7k eggs. 7k eggs, in my opinion, have the greatest yield. Not so much for shinies, that's 10ks, but more so for interesting Pokemon that have been introduced to the game. They're usually introduced via the 7k egg. So send those gifts. Collection's full. Cool beans. Cool bananas. The last thing I want to talk about is Smeargle. So obviously Smeargle hasn't been introduced to the game, and there's a very good reason for that. In Pokemon, Smeargle had a very, 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 very cool ability, and that was to mirror the previous Pokemon's attack. Now that leaves that's a pretty hectic thing. Like obviously it's going to have a lower CP, obviously it's going to have less damage, but to be able to mirror a blast burn, well first of all it has to survive the blast burn, to be fair, but to be able to mirror an attack and then send it back out again is quite a hefty thing. So Smeargle's become a bit of a meme, I'm not going to lie. A lot of people don't expect it to come out. But they just showed up a new picture which we're going to show, and that is that, in my opinion, it's going to come out on Valentine's Day. So that gives us 3 days. That's my opinion. Again, I've been wrong before, I've been right before. Comment if you think I'm right or wrong, that's fine. But the fact that they're leaving these little Easter eggs throughout it, and I love that Niantic does that, they're very good at doing it. They leave these little Easter eggs around for us to gather information from. That means that I think Smeargle's going to come out now. For a lot of people, he's going to be a Dex entry. He doesn't evolve into anything. He's not a threat. He hasn't got high DT like TDO. He hasn't got high DPS. I think they were either just A, holding on to him for a trump card, B, potentially holding on to him because it could have disrupted the game mirroring moves. But in my opinion, I don't think that he had the ability to survive any of the really viable meta moves in the first place. I had no shining Meltans as of yet. I'm not surprised, to be fair. Like, you can't just, like, when an event comes out, people go, oh my god, I'm gonna get this shiny today, oh my god, I can't wait to get this shiny. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You really have to grind, and sometimes you just get lucky. People get lucky. People get lucky all the time. So we've got just over 3 minutes left, so probably 2 more Meltan spawns left on this. We're going to be putting up videos again every 2 days. I really think there's a lot of amazing YouTubers out there. There's a lot of incredible YouTubers in Australia, but I don't think there's a whole lot of presence in Brisbane. You know, we've got Zoe down in Newcastle, we've got Pro Planty in Sydney, I believe. In Brisbane, there's no one really running the show, and that's where we really want to fill that void, you know what I mean? So, you know, you're 842, that's pretty cool. You know, you'll subscribe, you know, you'll like, it means a lot. If you've actually hung around and watched the whole video, to me, that's absolutely massive. So thank you so much for doing that first and foremost. But second of all, don't underestimate the power of the individual. If you've actually if you've actually sat there with me for half an hour and watched the whole video, first of all, a massive thank you. I do appreciate it, I really do. Second of all, if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. We really want to, you know, do this more and more, but for me to put so much time into it, it really needs to be a viable, I guess, part of my time. This is going to be interesting. It's above average. I'm going to keep that Meltan for a trade, simply because it's quite high CP. And I believe, yes, they could have been more creative with the way that they brought him out. But in saying that, like, it's nothing to really get upset about. Like, I think it's a cool thing. If you guys are opening boxes every day, you're gonna, like, every 3 days, sorry, you're gonna get it. Like, and if you don't, you can trade for it. It's not the end of the world. If you don't get it and you live in Brisbane, just hit me up. Hit me up 100%. Leave a comment in the video. I'll more than happily drive to your house and give you a Meltan box. I'm the cruisiest, most chill dude you'll ever meet, and I just want everyone to have a fun time on this game and just build a strong community around the southeast Queensland area, the whole of the Australia area, and even when I go back to Sweden once a year and Scandinavia and travel other places around the world. So if you don't have access to a Nintendo Switch, let me know. I've got 15 seconds. I wonder if I can get another one out. I don't know if I can. Oh, come on, baby. I don't think so. Anyway, so that was me having a crack at catching some Meltans. I don't think I caught them all because I was too busy talking and golden razzing, and I've been drinking for a few hours. Let's be serious. It's Saturday. I'm a big boy. I've been doing my thing, but I put aside the Pokemon's time. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching. Like, I really just appreciate your time more than anything. I appreciate the fact that you've tuned in. Feel free to tell a friend, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, feel free to Google Crooklyn, Brisbane as well, my hip hop event. If you live here in Brisbane and you're actually into hip hop, it's going to be a huge event. So apart from that, thank you so much for watching. No luck with the shinies today, but we'll be posting again every 2 days as of now. So again, peace out. Thanks so much for watching, and have yourself an amazing afternoon. Peace.